Hello students, welcome to our online video tutorial class. I think the previous video you people all have seen. So in that video you have seen that I have started the chapter ecosystem structure and function. In that chapter we have actually discussed about the introductory part of the ecosystem. You all know that I have started the portion ecosystem function, and in that specific portion I have discussed about these first 2 points. And in that video at the last I have mentioned also that these 3 points we will be discussing into the next video. So today I have come with those 3 topics where it's written here, and I will be describing these 3 topics. First of all, you can see here the point or the topic, that is energy flow. We all know that the energy flow is a such kind of process where the energy is flowing or moving from the one trophic level to the next trophic level of any ecosystem in the environment. So that specific flow of energy is known as energy flow. Now the point is, whatever the basic features of this energy flow, let's see. In case of this energy flow, first it will be always moving from the lower to higher trophic level, first of all. Second important point is 10% law of trophic efficiency concept, which was given by the scientist or the ecologist named Lindemann. So according to this law, what has been told? It has been told that from each and every trophic level to the next trophic level, only 10% of the energy will be getting transferred. Why? The reason behind it, that if any specific organism present in any trophic level has produced 100% of energy, out of that 100% of energy, 90% is getting utilized, or 90% is utilized and stored within that specific organism's body. Remaining 10% only it's free to transfer to the next trophic level. So for that reason, that 10% of the energy is getting transferred always to the next trophic level, and the remaining 90%, whatever the fate it will happen, that already I have told. Next, energy flow always it will happen in a unidirectional manner. That means always from the lowermost trophic level of any of the ecosystem to the uppermost trophic level, the flow of the energy will happen. As an example, if you draw any specific ecosystem and all of its trophic level in a pyramid form, then you will see from the producer to herbivore, from herbivore to carnivore, and from the carnivore to top carnivore, the energy will flow. That means from one trophic level to the another, and obviously from the lower trophic level to the upper one. Okay, now we have to see that whatever the types of energy flow, you can see here there are 2 types of energy flow you can see. First, food chain, and second one is food web. First of all, we will be going to discuss about the food chain. What is food chain? That is also you have studied in the lower class. Food chain means when the multiple organisms present in an ecosystem, present in different trophic levels, they are connected with each other in the means of food only, or in the means of food obtaining. That specific chain, like structure, or that specific connection in various organisms present in the different trophic levels, that is known as food chain. Clear? Now the food chain can be of 2 types. One is grazing food chain, another one is detritus food chain. One is grazing, another one is detritus. What is grazing food chain? Grazing food chain means this is such kind of food chain which is related with the plants. First of all, it is starting with the plants or producers, and second thing is that this specific food chain always will be present above the ground level. We can always see this specific type of food chain in our natural ecosystem. So keep it in your mind, the producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumer, or producer, herbivore, carnivore, and top carnivore. These kind of organisms will be involved in the grazing food chain. Clear? But if we will go for the discussion about the detritus food chain, this food chain is mostly composed of detritivores and decomposers, because this kind of food chain is only happening under the soil level. Okay, and various decomposing microorganisms, earthworm, like detritivores, those organisms are involved in this type of food chain. So what is happening in this food chain? Actually, when animal or plant are getting died, first of all their dead bodies are mixed into the soil. So for the mixing, obviously the dead bodies has to be fragmentized. After fragmentation, detritivore will be eating on those specific fragments. They are producing the detritus. Now those detritus will be further decomposed by the help of microorganisms. Now those humus, whatever it is forming after decomposition, that specific humus will again broken down into small minerals, that is the mineralization. So this step by step process, and step by step, in each and every step, single different organisms are involved. They are all actually making this grazing food chain. So in the detritus food chain, detritus food chain. So in the grazing food chain, producer, then herbivore, carnivore and top carnivores are involved. And in case of detritus food chain, animal and plant dead body, scavenger, detritivore and decomposers, they are actually involved. If you just organize them, they will be like this. So in the detritus food chain, I am just writing here, in the detritus food chain, who are actually involved? First of all, they are animal and plant dead body, animal and plant dead body. Then after that, animal and plant dead body, who are actually there? They are present. And after that, that is scavenger. After scavenger, who are there? Detritivore. After detritivore, who are there? Decomposer. Okay. And in case of this grazing food chain, we all know that in case of grazing food chain, first of all, who are actually there? Producer. Based on producer, who are present? Based on producer, there is a present herbivore. Based on herbivore, who are present? Carnivore. Based on carnivore, who are present? Top carnivore. Clear? So now we will be moving for the next point under this energy flow, that is food web. What is food web? This is also we have studied in the lower class. When multiple food chains are associated with each other, then it is forming a mesh-like network. That specific structure, that specific network-like arrangement is known as food web. Always keep it in your mind. In any of the ecosystem, if you will study, you will always see food webs, because that is the accumulation of multiple food chains. Now the point, always keep it in your mind that in case of any kind of food web present in any of the ecosystem, the lowermost trophic level and the topmost trophic level will be always constant and single type of organism. And in middle, that means the second and third trophic level, that can vary, that can multiple also in number. That is the main point. We have to keep it in our mind that the first trophic level and the fourth trophic level, that means lowermost and topmost, they will be always constant and they will be one type or one in number. Okay. And in middle, the second and third trophic level, they can vary in numbers. They can always more than 2. Okay. Now the point is that we will be going for that nutrient cycling. What is nutrient cycling? We all know that nutrients are always present in the soil of our environment. So the nutrient which is present in our environment, that specific nutrient is always gets cycled. Cycled means actually we can say rather it is recycled. Why? Because whatever the nutrients are present in the soil, those specific nutrients are generally getting absorbed by the plants during their photosynthesis process. Now when herbivorous organisms as well as other carnivorous organisms, they are directly or indirectly taking the plant product as their food. After that, what is happening? Those minerals are getting transferred to those animals. Now when the animal and plants are getting died, their bodies are getting mixed into the soil. Their bodies are getting decomposed. So when their bodies are again getting decomposed, after that what is happening? From their body, the minerals are getting mixed into the soil. That means the minerals which has been taken from the soil by the help of plants, those minerals are again after a circular process returning to the soil. So obviously we can consider this kind of cycling process or this kind of entire circular process as a nutrient cycling. So we can start from here: soil, presence of nutrients or minerals. From there plants are taken, from plants animals have taken, herbivorous as well as carnivorous animals, herbivorous directly, carnivorous indirectly. Then those minerals are going to the dead bodies. Okay, because when the plants and animals are dying, obviously their bodies, their dead bodies are containing minerals. Now those dead bodies are getting decomposed. Automatically those minerals are again returning to the soil. Okay, or replenishing to the soil. So this is such kind of nutrient cycle. We are now moving for the third point and the last point under the ecosystem function, that is ecological pyramid. What is ecological pyramid? Ecological pyramid means in any ecosystem, whatever the organisms are present, they are present in various trophic levels. Now those organisms we have organized in different trophic levels for their further study or for seeing the relationship in between them. So we have also prepared this kind of pyramid-like structure by arranging the organisms in different trophic level, and that specific pyramid-like organization is commonly known as ecological pyramid. Let's see how many types of pyramids are present. There are 3 types of pyramids are mainly present: pyramid of number, pyramid of energy, and pyramid of biomass. Clear? So based on number of the organisms present in the trophic level, based on the energy available in each and every trophic level, as well as based on the mass of the organisms present in the each and every trophic level, we have segregated these 3 categories. Now we are starting with pyramid of number. Always it's a common sense that who are the organisms are present in the lowermost trophic level, that means in the producer level, obviously their number will be more. And when you are moving upward, that is towards the topmost trophic level, you will see their number of organisms are gradually reducing. So obviously this kind of pyramid will be always upright in nature. So in this pyramid you can see producers are huge in number, then the herbivores are obviously less in number, carnivores are quite more less than herbivore, and top carnivore is the least number contained, and it is also less than carnivore and other several trophic levels. So it's very much clear to all of us that pyramid of number is mostly showing upright pyramid. If you see in any of the ecosystem, mostly the trophic levels, that is the number based on number, the pyramids based on number, and those pyramid will be upright pyramid always. Clear? Now if we will go for the pyramid of energy, we will see that in case of energy also, from starting from producer to the top carnivore level, the energy is gradually reducing. That's why the size is getting smaller. So in any ecosystem you will study, always in all of the ecosystem trophic levels, in all of the type of ecosystems, the pyramid is always upright, because starting from producer up to top carnivore, the energy is gradually reducing. So that's why upright pyramid will form. The another inverted one, it will not form. And if you will start for the pyramid of biomass, first of all, biomass is what? Biomass is the mass of organisms present in any trophic level. So biomass, based on that, when we are drawing the pyramid, there are 2 types of pyramids can be found in the ecosystem. If you see the ecosystems present in terrestrial habitat, then they are showing this kind of upright pyramid. And if you will see any kind of aquatic ecosystem, that like the pond ecosystem or lake ecosystem, then you will see that inverted type of pyramid is showing. Why? If you consider any specific terrestrial ecosystem, always the mass of the producer or plants will be maximum. The herbivore mass will be compared to the producer, it will be less. In case of carnivore, obviously their weight or biomass also will be less than herbivore. In case of top carnivore also, their weight will be less than carnivore. Automatically the pyramid is forming, that is upright. But if you go for the pond ecosystem, under the water phytoplanktons are present, their mass will be very minute, very small, negligible rather. Based on those phytoplanktons, zooplanktons are surviving, their mass will be little bit larger than phytoplankton. Based on zooplankton, small fishes are there, small fishes mass will be quite more than the zooplankton, and at last large fishes who are actually present there, who are actually eating on the small fishes, their biomass or their body mass will be maximum in that ecosystem. So automatically you can see here from the lower to upward, if you will see, the pyramid is not normally upright pyramid, is not, it's rather it is an inverted one. Okay, so only in one example the pyramid of biomass is getting inverted, but other terrestrial ecosystems if you will study, you will see the pyramid shape will be always upright. And in case of pyramid of energy also, that is same, it cannot be inverted. Even pyramid of number also mostly like this, maybe 1 or 2 example is actually showing like that inverted pyramid, and that is also very much negligible. Clear? So pyramid, ecological pyramid, I think it's getting very much clear to each and every one. So we have studied today energy flow, nutrient cycling, ecological pyramid and all those things. Here I have written about the points under the grazing food chain and detritus food chain. So please write down these points because these are very much important. Nutrient cycling has shown here, and this is the portion where I have shown about the energy flow. So these 3 points are completed. Now we will be preparing, or we will be doing the next topic. The next topic is that ecosystem structure and then the succession. So I'll be just making that specific video based on those topics. Wait for that specific video. Up to that, best of luck. Study these parts. Okay, that's all. Thank you.